Hello, class. I'm going to give you a page of notes. You need to make sure that you copy the notes and write these in your digital interactive notebook. This is going to be page 6. Okay, last page that we wrote yesterday was page 5, and that was on writing equations in slope-intercept form. This we're writing equations in slope-intercept form from a graph. So we're writing equations from a graph in slope-intercept form. And we're using the same steps that we used yesterday. We're going to continue to use the same steps. Anytime you're writing a linear equation in slope-intercept form, which, by the way, is y equals mx plus b. This is what the equation looks like, where m and b are numbers. The number for m represents the slope of the line, the rise over the run. And the number for b represents the y-intercept. That's where the line crosses the y-axis. So our steps are very simple, very simple. The first step is to find the slope. And since this is a graph, okay, or a line, you're going to use m is equal to, which m represents the letter for slope, rise over run. Okay? You're going to use rise over run. Secondly, you're going to find the y-intercept. Find y-intercept. Remember, the letter for y-intercept is B. The letter for y-intercept is B. And this, you find the y-intercept by finding where the line crosses the y-axis. Where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay? Now you take those two values and you're going to substitute it into the slope-intercept form. Substitute m and b. You're going to substitute the slope, which is m, and I'm going to use the and symbol again. Y-intercept, which is b, into the slope-intercept form. Please make sure that you write these notes down and put them in your digital interactive notebook, which is y equals mx plus b. The more you write, the more it's going to come to you. And then when I ask you these in essential questions, you just should be able to spit them off by heart. Okay? All right. So look at what real quick, simple, easy example is this. You have a line. I'm going to put a point here at 2, 2, and then another point at 2 and negative 2 and 1. Okay? Negative 2 and negative 1. All right, so now I'm going to write an equation for this line. So you write a linear equation, because this is a straight line in slope-intercept form. So the first step is to find the slope. So I'm going to find my rise over my run first. I'm going to go to this point right here and go from this point to this point. Or I can go from here to here. It doesn't matter which point I start at. I'm just going to start here. My rise is going to be a positive number because I'm going to go up. If I was going down, it would be negative. Since I'm going up, it's going to be positive. So I go up one time here, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going up 3, and now I'm going to go over 1, pretending like these are grid lines. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if it helps you to draw the grid lines in so that you can see it, then please go ahead and do that. Draw your grid lines so that you can see it. Then you can physically see yourself going up 1, 2, and 3. So your top number is 3, and then going to the right. So that's a positive 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be my slope. Okay. All right. Now my B is where the line crosses at the y-axis. It crosses right here. Okay, crosses right here. Or I could use, I'll just estimate for right now. So I'll say that this is 0. So this is about a half. I'll do that. Okay. So my equation is going to be y is equal to, remember I'm writing it in y equals mx plus b form. My m is going to be 3 over 4. And I have x, and my b is going to be 1/2. And I just estimate it there. Okay. Any questions, comments, or concerns, please make sure that you text me. This is page 6 in your digital interactive notebook. Okay, now we're going to do some examples of writing equations from a graph. You don't have to write any of this down. All I want you to do is just listen. Just listen, please. All right, so when you're writing an equation from a graph, you're going to use those same 3 steps that we talked about in our notes. The first thing you're going to do is find the slope, find m, by using rise over run. Please make sure that you show your work on these problems. This is going to be a negative slope because, as you can see, from left to right, the line is going down. All right, so here, I'm going to start from this point and go here. So I'm going down 1. So this is a -1 on the top. That's my rise. It's going down. So it's a -1, down 1 time. You're going to the right, which is a positive, 1, 2, 3. So positive 3 is on the bottom. So my slope is -1 over 3. Okay, my slope is -1 over 3. My y-intercept is my second step. This is where the line crosses the y-axis. Crosses the y-axis right here. I'm going to estimate again. I'm going down. This is 1. It's -1. And then it's in the middle, between the middle. So maybe -1 fourth. Okay. Maybe -1/4. Or to find b here, you use y is equal to mx plus b, and you substitute a point, one of those points in. So my point, let's use this one. We got -1. Well, actually, I'll go into that later. We'll just estimate for today. I'll show you how to get the exact number later. But for the notes today, or for the example today, I'm just going to estimate. So this is going to be a -1 and 1/4. So -1 and 1/4. We just estimate. It's about squiggly lines. So we get y is equal to -1/3 x minus -1/4. Okay. And again, we're estimating for these examples, but later on, I'm going to show you how to get the exact number for b. Okay. All right. So let's do this next one. M again. Rise over run is what we're using. I'm going to write it. Rise over run. And I'm going up 1, 2, 3. So that's a positive 3 on the top. And go over to the right 1, positive 1 on the bottom. So my slope, M, is going to be 3. B is going to be where the line crosses the y-axis. The line crosses the y-axis right here at -1. So my B is -1. So my equation then in slope-intercept form, y equals m, which is 3x minus 1 for b, because it's a -1. So this is my equation for this line. The next one looks like this. Look. Okay. This was a little bit harder to read because you can't see it physically cross the y-axis. So again, we would really have to estimate here that it would be down this way. So this is, so let me do slope first. Rise over run. Okay. And it's a negative slope because the line is going down. So that's -1, 2, 3. So that's -3. Okay. So we got -3 on the top. And we got 1, 2, +2 on the bottom because you're going to the right 2 times. Okay. So your B, it crosses at -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably -6, about -6. Okay. So this is going to be, and I'll put squiggly lines about because we're not sure. I probably could count my rise over a run. I went down 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2. So yeah, it's exactly at -6. Okay. All right. So we got y is equal to -3 over 2 x minus 6. Okay. Number 4, my rise over my run. Rise over run. Okay, so this is a positive slope because the line is going up. And you're going from here to this point here. So that's 1, 2, 3. Top number is 3. 1, 2. Bottom number is 2. So this is my slope. My B is where the line crosses the y-axis. It crosses the y-axis at -1, 2, and 3. So -3 is my y-intercept. So my equation written in slope-intercept form is going to be, pencil, it's running out of lead, y is equal to 3 over 2x minus 3. This is my equation. Okay? That's my equation. All right, pause for the calls. All right, now I'm going to go over, some of you asked me to go over the independent practice from last week. You wanted me to do the last day, which was actually day 3. So let's do that one together. All right, number 4, you're finding the rate of change. And remember, rate of change is the same as slope. So we're finding the slope of this table. So in order to find the slope of this table, remember, you need to pick 2 points from the table. It doesn't matter which 2 points you choose. And you have to decide, though, which is x and which is y. Remember that x is generally time. It's usually minutes, hours, days, months, years. And why is it time? Because it's the independent variable. Time is unaffected by any other variable. Time is going to move on regardless. So between the two of these, between distance and time, time is not affected by the distance, but distance is affected by the time. So time is x and distance is y. The same here. Time is not affected by the wage, but wage is affected by the time. So time is x and wage is y. Wage could fluctuate, could go up or down. The same with number 6. Time, minutes is not affected by cost, but the cost is affected by the minutes. So minutes is going to be x and cost is going to be y. All right, so let's write 2 points in this first one, number 4. 2 points that I could use, it doesn't matter. I'm going to just use the first 2. You can go in any order you want. You can use this one and the one on the bottom. You can use the 2 in the middle. It doesn't matter what 2 points you use. I'm just going to use this one, okay? I'm just going to use this one. So here what I have is 0 and 6, which happens to cross the y-axis. Remember, when x is equal to 0, this is my y-intercept. So it crosses the y-axis at 6, okay? Anytime you see 0 in the table as x, whatever your y is, this is your y-intercept. So you look for 0 and, as the x value. When 0 is x, whatever your y is, this is your y-intercept. So I'm just going to use this point. I'm going to use this point. And I have 2 points. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. And then you use the formula for slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And you substitute these points in. So you have, or substitute these values into this formula. So this is 12. Minus is a part of the formula. and y1 is 6. And on the bottom, this is 1 minus, then we have 0. So this gives me on the top, we have 6 over 1. So my answer here for slope is m is equal to 6. When you simplify, 6 divided by 1 gives me 6. Okay? Number 5, I do the same exact thing, y'all. I pick 2 points from the table. Again, when I see 0 as x in the table, whatever y is going to be your y-intercept. So whenever I see 0 as x, my y-intercept is going to be whatever that number is here. So my y-intercept here is actually going to be 0. It crosses through the origin on the y-axis. So I'm going to use 0, 0 because that's just easy to use, and 1, 9. So I label my points x1, y1, x2, y2, and now I'm going to use the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I'm going to substitute these values into this formula. So that's going to give me 9 minus 0 and 1 minus 0. Okay, so this is 9 on the top and 1 on the bottom. So my m here is equal to 9. Okay, all right. So I'm going to do the same thing for number 6. But look, notice how they tried to trick you here with number 6. Minutes is X and cost is Y. So really your ordered pair for 6 is going to be, if I use the first one, I would say 1,000 because that's X. I always write X first. And then I write 38 is my Y. This is my first ordered pair. I can choose any of the other points. I'm just going to choose the one right beside it. Doesn't matter which point you choose. I'm just choosing to use the first two. So that's 1,500, comma, 50. This is x2, y2. Okay? I use the same formula. Notice how every time I do a problem that I rewrite the formula. This will help eliminate some of your mistakes when you do that. Okay, so on the top, I'm going to write 50 minus 38. And on the bottom, I'm going to write 1,500 minus, 1,000. All right, so here on the top, guys, if you want to use your calculator for this part or any of the parts, it's fine. You know, I'm okay with you using that just to check yourself. You can type it in. I don't know if you can see my calculator on the screen, but you can type that in, just showing you how to do that. That gives you the 12 here. And then on the bottom, if you forget, you can use the calculator for the same thing. When you reduce this fraction, you think of what number will go into both the top and the bottom evenly with no remainder. And you could try 2, and this will give you 6, and this will give you 2,000. I'm sorry, why I say 2,000? 250. All right. On the calculator, just make sure that if you want to reduce this fraction, I will type in. Let me see if I can do this on the calculator, because you can actually reduce this some more. So I'm going to show you. I wish you could see this. I'm not sure that you can, but you can type in your calculator the 12 divided by 500. You can press the math button and then enter 2 times, and it will give you a reduced fraction, which of course your reduced fraction is 3 and 125. Or guys, you can write this as a decimal. And so when you write this as a decimal, 3 divided by 125, that gives you 24 thousandths. Okay? And that's going to be your answer for number 6. 7 and 8, you do the same thing. You take these 2 points, and you're going to use this formula, or you can count rise over run. But notice each time that you go up, You're not going up by ones. You're going up by, look at this, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're going up by 3. So every time you go up, you count 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, going up 3 times. So this is 3, 6, 9. So my top number is 9. And as I'm going over, it's going over by a half. You see that? So this is half, and this is 1. So this is going to be 9 over 1. So this is 9. It's going to be $9 per shirt. Okay? Or we write $9 per shirt. Okay? Here, you're going up by, and I should have wrote the units here as well, because this will be 6 meters per, let's see, second, because time is in seconds here. This is seconds, and this is meters. And then this one is dollars. This is $9 per hour. So I can write this as $9 per hour. Okay. And this one is what the cost? It's $3 per, and how many minutes is that? 125 minutes. Or 2 cents about, because you can only have 2 spaces behind the decimal here. I mean, for money, it's 2 spaces behind the decimal. So this is about 2 cents per minute. Okay, so that's how you do that. So then this last one here, you're going up by 25. You're going up by 25. So I'm going to let you do that one on your own. And if you want numbers to be precise, what I would do, if you can't estimate what this is, write out the 2 ordered pairs, please. Just write the ordered pairs out. You got 6 and 72. You got 12 and 144. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. And use the slope formula, Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. All right. Guys, please make sure that you take your time on your quiz. Do your very best work. Make sure that your work for from last week is submitted, or it will be a permanent 0. Please make sure that you don't get behind. If you need help, text me. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Bye.